Good evening, all, and thank you for being here with us. Studying abroad is the single most effective way of changing the way we view the world. Are you the one who is planning to study masters abroad? Then this section is yours. It's a dream for many, and many abandon their dream due to the lack of proper guidance. And for that expert guidance, we have our special guest of the day, who is also our alumni, Mr. Amal Ashok. He is a 2020 pass out from College of Engineering Trivandrum with a BTech degree in Computer Science Engineering. And currently, he is pursuing his master's in Data Science at the University of Glasgow in United Kingdom. He has also helped many aspirants to pursue their dreams of studying abroad. With that, I ask for your full attention to welcome Mr. Amal Ashok to this section. Sir, it's all yours.
Thank you, Acha, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. So I think it's evening there, so good evening, everyone. So I think I'll turn on my camera as well. It would be beneficial for you guys. Yeah. So let me introduce myself. So I'm Amal. I was a 2020 pass out from our college CET. So and I joined this University of Glasgow in this year, September, last year, 2021. So I took a year gap in between, worked for a year and joined this university. And so can somebody tell me, like, should I continue in English or is it fine? Like, do I need to talk in Malayalam? It's fine. Acha, yeah. മലയാളത്തിലായിരിക്കും മക്കൾ. Okay. So fine. Um, ഇപ്പം ഇവിടെ ഉള്ള എല്ലാവരും basically would be looking for masters. അപ്പം masters എൻ്റെ journey ഞാൻ നേരെ ടോപ്പിക്കിലേക്ക് കിടക്കാം, like should not waste the time. അപ്പം my journey would I would say I had this view of having this abroad education year, like maybe second year, maybe our times I had this vision, like I mean, yeah, I should have this. ഞാനും എൻ്റെ കുറച്ച് ഫ്രണ്ട്സും we had this idea of like going abroad. So um, I would say the best time to start would be third year our time. I think you guys can start on looking for the options abroad. So there are some steps that you have to keep in mind. And first thing is, you have to be sure either country lotan you're going. So I've chosen UK, and I would say, and the answers would be more like it would be more about UK and how it is, because I have the first-hand experience. But yeah, generally I'll say, I'll just give you an idea. So abroad education, when you're considering, there are some factors which comes. First thing is the money factor, which all of us have. Our issue എല്ലാവർക്കും വരും, എനിക്കും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. Like ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ഇതിന്റെ കാര്യം നോക്കുമ്പോൾ, like the fee structure, considering US to be around 50 lakhs, 55 lakhs, and UK when it comes it's around 35 lakhs. Germany പോകുമ്പോൾ they say അവിടെ എന്താണ് tuition fees ഇല്ല, there is no tuition fees in Germany, and there are living expenses are high. From angane things are there. So I would say best thing to do would be to start looking about things and doing things in your third year, so that if you're looking for a master's degree abroad after your fourth year, when you finish your fourth year, so adarikkum best time, because every exams ends up at like fourth year finals ellam കഴിയുമ്പോഴേക്കും it would be like around June, and results would be around August or something. Results would be there, and your course starts in September, so you will have the time for that. അപ്പം എൻ്റെ ടൈമിൽ there was corona issues, so നമ്മുടെ എക്സാം നടന്നത് സെപ്റ്റംബറിലായിരുന്നു, so I couldn't join the university, so I shifted this one to next year, and I joined this year. So first thing is selecting the country. So you should have an idea like what you want. എല്ലാ കൺട്രീസും ജസ്റ്റ് പോപ്പുലർ ആയിട്ട് എല്ലാവരും നോക്കുന്നത് ബേസിക്കലി ജർമ്മനി, UK, then there is US, then Canada. ഈ ഒരു 4 countries, and Australia is also there, Australia, New Zealand. ഈ ഒരു countries ആണ് usually എല്ലാവരും നോക്കുന്നത്. Other than that, there are other countries as well which are good. അപ്പം first thing, I think you can, there are some websites like QS World University Rankings, which you can actually look into. There would be listed universities there, and I would say check which stream you want to go, and അതിൽ കിടക്കുന്ന ഏറ്റവും best universities ഏതൊക്കെയാണ്, list them down, keep them noted, and if you go to each university's website, so there would be specific fee structure given over there, and all information, whatever you need about the course, that would be given over there. So you have to keep in mind and streamline some universities and see if you're selected 3-4 universities in US and some 3-4 universities in Canada and UK and Australia maybe. And which one do you think, like which country do you want to go? What is your vision? Like why do you want to go to this country, that country? Perks and everything. Consider that and keep in mind, yeah, okay, year country like maybe Canada. So say if you want to say like I want to go to Canada, so okay, when you set your mind you're going to go to Canada, so then look into Canada. What all possibilities are there? Where do you have more chances of getting into all these things? And then comes the application processes. So I'll go through the application processes first. Say you have 3 or more universities or 5-6 universities maybe. So I'll talk about UK here. So in general, if you consider UK or any other country, so the general thing that comes up is you'll need a statement of purpose, your mark sheets, a CV, and then there is letter of recommendations, and then there is the applications which comes with the university. So years the basic thing which is usually required in every country, and other than that there is exams like IELTS, and there is exams like GRE, other exams. So these exams are there considering each country. So UK there is no requirement of GRE, but IELTS is required, of course. So it also depends on the university. Some universities don't even require that. You can consider that. And so when you start your applications, so usually to be on the safer side, say that September or year, for example, the course starts in September 2023, then make sure that you are all set with the applications and everything 1 year before that, like, because that is the safer side, because all countries usually the application starts closing. So US usually September start, fall of any years, this one applications closes around October of previous year. And as early the application is, more the chances of you getting into the university, because universities, they consider this rolling basis of application. So once you give an application, and that will be considered if yes or no, and as in the seat starts filling in, then there is more competition among others as well. So our basis will continue. So it's better to have everything set up around a year back. But in UK, when you see there are other universities which even accept 6 months prior to the start date of as well. So that you have to check in the university's website. So, but to be on safer side, be ready with the first set of universities in a year before. Those are the first things, and things which you have to collect from the universities. Our university is basically the letter of recommendations from 2 of your professors, maybe your HODs or your professors, which mostly it's better if they have doctorate, PhDs, that's better. So you need 2 or 3 depending on the university, and you need to have a great SOP and CV. As CV setup, like you should have a good CV, and reflecting that you should write your statement of purpose. And statement of purpose is also like around 2 pages long, maybe around 4,000 words at maximum, like maybe 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 words. Basically what goes into statement of purpose. And if you guys want me to talk about statement of purpose, doubt and how do we write the SOPs, and how do we do this thing, and how do we get through the SOPs and writing all these things. So what I took in my case was I took the CV and structured a story with it, like how did I start like liking this course which I'm applying to. So for example, it is data science. So why did I like data science? What did I do in my in my past? Why did I choose this course, and what I have done? Then that thing should go in a flow. That's a better thing, so that when the um, person who is reading this, and when he reads this, so it should be like അത് വായിക്കുമ്പം അവർക്ക് അതിനെ വായിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കാൻ തോന്നണം. So then only it's a good thing that first paragraph വായിക്കുമ്പോൾ it should feel like you should read the second paragraph. So it should go along like that. And also SOP Natu, you have to talk about the course contents, and sometimes if it is in a US or something, you have to write about the professors as well. You have to mention the interests of the professors. So there is a bit of what research going on there. Like you have to do some research and find out what to write in the SOP. And if you have any friends, if your language is not that good in writing SOP, so if you have any who actually have good language or something, you can give them your draft and let them tell you. And once they have a structured SOP which is having a good language, then you should ask others who have maybe done already this, like masters there a year or before, or are applying already to proofreading of these things always. When you will have a third hand idea of like who, like others, like they will say like this is good or this is bad, and our feedback always works. And I did that actually. I asked 3 or 4 of my friends to proofread my statement of purpose, and I kept this. So usually you cannot apply. I had what I had is I had a structure of SOP and one paragraph which said like about which talked about the course and the university. I only changed that paragraph and just changed the course contents in there and and structured it again for each university and applied using that. But when it comes to US or Canada or any other countries usually, so it's better not to copy the contents from one SOP to another SOP. It's better to have a different SOP. Like maybe it might be same kind of, but it should not be totally copy paste of this one because they have some kind of issues over there. So I've heard about this. So that's there. So SOPs at and LORs, letter of recommendations, you have to ask your professors to write it nicely. So when it is in UK, the letter of recommendations can be printed, letter of recommendations which are scanned and sent. But when it comes to US or any other countries, so usually they will ask the professors to write in a link. They'll ask their professors to write in a link for the letter of recommendation. So these are the things which you have to take care before, and then comes the crucial part, which is the finances that everybody has issues. So in UK, for my course, the fees is actually it's 25 lakhs for my course. So the course is 1 year here in UK. The master's degree is in 1 year, and we have a 2 year stay back over here. So for 1 year, the course fees is 25 lakhs. And depends on the course as well. And the course 25 lakhs on some other course they have like psychology courses have 20 lakhs, and some others also have 18 lakhs. So that thing is there, and plus you'll have to show around 10 lakhs extra for getting the visa. So that is required. So I took a loan. I took a whole amount loan, actually the full amount, which was like 25 lakhs plus 10 lakhs, and I also added 1 or 2 lakhs extra so that if there is any currency change difference or something like that, so I don't have any issues with the visa. So I took a whole loan, and that's how I went. So and I applied for around 6-7 universities in UK, and I almost got all of them. Only one which was in pending was in King's College London, which I also admitted to it, but the fees was going too high. It was like around 35 lakhs plus 10 lakhs for me, so I didn't take a chance of going into KCL and having my course in University of Glasgow, which is pretty good. So, and also while looking into universities in UK, I would say I checked QS World University Rankings and streamlined the universities, and also there is something called Russell Group of Universities. So um, those are some kind of good universities. So these are the things which you have to do before, and then comes the visa part. And visa is also kind of a lengthy process. It takes around a month, or kind of, maybe you can say. And the visa you can take around like 3 months before the start date of your course, and then it comes here, and it's totally different from what's happening in India and our engineering colleges. So things are not spoon fed here. Like you have to do everything by yourself. There it's not completely about exams as well. So exams it's like maybe 60% or 40% of exams for us, and other assignments, some courses are like 10 hours and that and all these things. So that's the thing. So I think I finished this thing up pretty fast because I wanted you guys, like questions from you guys to be answered. That's better than me giving a big lecture over here. So that's from my part. So we can go into any questions which you have. I have already received some questions already. So yeah.
ഹലോ, ആർക്കെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ മലയാളത്തിൽ തന്നെ ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. ജസ്റ്റ് ഫീൽ ഫ്രീ ടു ആസ്ക് എനി ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ്. ചാറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ വിടാം.
So Ivade, I had some questions which I got from the form which you had just filled. അപ്പം അതിനകത്തുള്ള ഒരു question എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ what all examinations uh, and courses we should attend and do. So basically, exams and courses are not required, but if you see a university, if you take a university, adinde if you go into the course with the course which you want, that would say like you should know prerequisite these all things to be learned. So ningale undergrad, if you have not taken those courses, it's better that you take those courses from Coursera or somewhere and get that done. So that's about the courses. But when it comes to the examinations, so it depends. So if it is outside UK, you will need to write GRE usually. So you'll need a good score for GRE, and and there is either TOEFL or IELTS which you can take for English examination. So these are the examinations which you have to take. Okay, so okay, and I got a question in the chat board, which was, which all universities did you apply to? Okay, so I would just give me a second. I'll just like give you. So what universities I applied to? So wait 1 second. So um, I applied to University of Glasgow, University of Edinburgh. There was Surrey. There was Leeds and KCL and St Andrews, and there was University of London. So these 7 universities I applied in other. And since the corona issues were going on, so I didn't go into any other countries as well. So I applied in UK only. Okay, so did you do all the process by yourself or some agencies? Yeah, so I did all the process by myself, but yes, in my 3rd year, I did go to IDP for like getting the basics of things like how to research all these things, how to do this thing, but otherwise everything was done by me. So how to apply for courses in Germany? Yeah, so Germany process goes as same. So if you see, I'll give an example of things in my university. Uh, so I'll just share my screen and show you how you actually usually apply for the university. 1 second. So this is my university's website. So it's the same process for every university, be it in Germany or in any other country. So for masters, you have to apply from the university's website. So if you go here, you will see the postgraduate study. So if you go there and find a program, so I'll just say taught programs. So there are 2 types of programs. There is one is research programs and there are taught programs. So usually the ones which we do are taught programs because those are ones in which classes are taken. The research programs we are mostly not eligible when we are done only undergrad in engineering and subjects. So if you see any course here, so I'll say any engineering degree maybe. So my course, if I say data science or data analytics, so my course is here. So if you go there, you'll see each and every detail of the course, like why this program, the program structure, the course contents. These are the courses which we are given. So e-courses are which we are taken, which we have options to. So while considering this university or that university, when we have A or B, so usually I'll go through these course contents and see like, okay, so I am given cybersecurity or human-centered security, so I like this course more than something given in other university. So that's what we have to see, and they'll give the fee structure as well. So if you see the fee structure is 25,750 pounds, which is basically around 25 point, maybe 26 lakhs, and there are the funding opportunities. All the details are given. So these kind of details about each and every course is given in every universities. So if you see TUH, which is in Germany, um, so let me see. So if you see, so if you go to that course page, there will be option to apply for that course. So if you go apply, you will have an application page which you have to fill, and they'll ask for the documents to be submitted along, like uploaded there. So you will be given time for that. You upload that, and then you wait for the decision from the university. If there is any application fees, you have to pay that as well. That is the format of applying, be it any university, be in US, UK, Germany, everywhere it goes the same. And okay, so next is Norway a good place to study? Is it having value as master's? Is tuition fees free? Yes, Norway is a good place. There are some good universities in Norway which have some good courses, but yeah, all the universities. And one more advice I would say that just don't go with the university ranking. Adinde agattu you have to see the course rankings, if the course is good in that university or not. So Norway is a good country to study and pretty good place to stay as well. So is our CGPA a factor for selection of foreign universities? Yes, your CGPA is a factor. So when you see there are lots and lots of people who apply from India, not just from India. So if you consider other countries as well, so they or a web university course page channel, they'll so they say 7.5 CGPA without any backlogs in that's the minimum criteria that we are. So to be applicable for applying, you'll have to have that 7.5 CGPA overall without any backlogs. But then comes the application and 1,000 people and like Adinath, they'll say if the seat like they have only 80 seats for a course, so they'll see the top 80 people to be considered first, and then the other things are considered. So that's how it goes. CGPA is a factor, but it's not only the option. You can cover it up with maybe if you have done job experience for 2 years, that counts, and if you have any other papers published, that counts. So you can cover up your CGPA with that, but you'll always have to have the minimum criteria maintained. Yeah. Are we allowed to do part-time jobs during the time of study? Yes, we are allowed to do part-time jobs. So it depends on the country. So here it is 20 hours per week we can work, and also there is a minimum wage set up here. So it's up to us how much we want to work, and the minimum wage is around £9 right now for anybody who is about 21 years of old. So 9.1 pounds per hour, that is for 20 hours a week, and then for like 20 hours into 4 is the total number of hours we can work in a month, and that's how it goes. And next question, is it worth to spend 25 to 30 lakhs and studying in foreign countries? Do we get a good return of investment? Yes, good return of investment, yes. So it depends on how basically you do your course here and the course you select. So Oro country, you have to see what are the shortage occupancies, like is it having a good return? So maybe if I've selected IT and IT field, there are plenty of jobs available here. And since we have a 2-year stay back as well, so we get more chances of getting a job here. So, and also if you have good knowledge and good skills, then you will of course end up in a good job, and the salaries are pretty amazing. So for any IT jobs, it's around like 45,000 pounds, which is around 45 lakhs in Indian currency, and that is a year. And so you see, you will end up having the same money with extra money with maybe 2 or 3 years. So it's kind of a good investment. I would say it depends on where you do the course and which country you do, which university do you do, and how do you study here. Okay, scope of data science in UK. Yes, scope of data science in UK. So data scientists roles are available over here, but I would say data scientist role, having a master's degree in data science, you'll have an opportunity to apply for all these roles. But I would say usually the freshers which who do not have any experience, like somebody who has directly started from university. So our kids like data scientist side maybe our job getting varilla, but yes, you will get software engineering jobs and gaining an year or something. After gaining 1 year or something experience over here, you can always shift to data science because you have a degree in data science. And but yes, you can apply to other data science and data analytics jobs as well. Yes, there are good scope in UK. Yes, and which is the best country to get PR? Oh yeah, so to get PR, best country Canada, hands down. No other, nothing else to say. Canada is the best country to get PR. In UK, to get a PR, you should have stayed here for 5 years in any visa, which is not student visa or any stay back visa. So that's there. And next question, I would say, 1 second. So one more question that I got. Do NBA accreditation affect masters admission abroad? I don't think so. Like I haven't seen that issue much because I don't know it affects that much. I don't think so. But I'm not completely sure about it. Do backlog history affect MS admission if I get a backlog in future? Yes, backlogs do affect MS admissions. So any middle tier or just upper middle tier universities would take you for maybe 1 or 2 backlogs which you have cleared in the first attempt itself, and that it's a good thing to mention about that in your SOP or something that you some due to some issues you yeah, like you had some supply in like some years and you cleared that backlog in the next semester or next times itself. So that's a good point as well. So, but you should not lie about that thing. And yes, backlogs do affect. And when you go to the higher tier universities, if you want to apply there, so they will straight away reject your application if you have some backlogs because many good universities do not want you to have any backlog histories. So it's good that if you should maintain without any backlogs. Okay, and how to get into University of Glasgow, the funding and expenses as a student, and the life as a student of University of Glasgow. Yeah, so to get into University of Glasgow is so I would say it depends on the course. So since you all guys are engineers, maybe future engineers, so any engineering degree or any degree related to that, applying for that. So I would say anywhere any CGPA about above 8 is really great, and CGPA around 7.8, 7.7 with some good experiences like being any co-curricular activities and being part of maybe any competitions, winning that, having some experience, internships, and all these things. If you have that, yes, it's a good thing to apply for University of Glasgow. But it's a bit tough to get into courses like data science and any other popular courses which are like എല്ലായിടത്തും ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു boom കിടക്കുന്ന ഒരു പേരുള്ള if you have any courses like that, it's sometimes becomes a bit tough because um, the number of applications which I got information about last year was around like 3,000 applications from India itself for a course, and only 80 seats are available. So you see the competition over there. So and same kind of thing is for other countries as well, which the applications come. So you should see that when you apply, you are doing your best over there, and apply earlier for good universities. I will say apply earlier. As early as you apply, more chances of you getting into that. So okay, so basically the key factors that ensures our seats in desired college and a good CGPA and high marks in IELTS and GRE. No, I would say not that. Those are one of the key factors. Yes, so IELTS is not a factor to get into that, but it's a minimum criteria. So if they say they need 7 band score in IELTS overall, so if you have 7 exactly, then you're eligible. That doesn't count into any decision making of that. But GRE, yes, when you are applying to a country which requires a GRE, so GRE is one of the scores which you need, and CGPA, yes, that is a factor which is there. But I would say job experiences internships, projects, research papers, publications, and all these things add on to the weightage of this if you have a lower CGPA, I would say. Do UK study visa have job permit? Job permit as in, yes, part-time job permit is available. You can work 20 hours a week. I mentioned that earlier. So that comes with that. And when it is holidays, you can work 40 hours a week, which gives you kind of good amount of money to um, take care of your expenses over here, excluding the rent maybe because that's a bit high. So living expenses, if you ask me, I would say for me, I pay rent around £100 a week, which is 10,000 rupees a week, and then above that, maybe I could say 50 to 70 pounds a week, 40 to 50 to 60 pounds. That depends on how you, if you eat outside, it's more. If you cook yourself, it's kind of less, and you can somewhere around 50 to 70 pounds, you can say. So I would say monthly, anywhere around 600 to 700 pounds a month living expenses. It's applicable. It goes around something like that, 500 600 you can say, because wherever you stay. So if it is in London, the accommodation charges are high. It's like around 150 pounds a week. So it depends on the place you stay. So that's why I could say around 600 to 700 should be a good amount a week, and you can make easily around 600 pounds by working 20 hours a week around. So you won't have to spend much from your pocket if you're working. But I would say if you're taking any good courses which requires you to be like studying more, then it's pretty hard to do part time as well. But you can still manage to get half of it at least. Um, okay, which according to you is better, studying in a good foreign university or in a good institute in India? I would say for masters, I would say outside, of course. That's my choice. Depends upon you because you see in India, I'm not saying it's bad, but doing an MTech in India won't give you much perks than you get in BTech. But if you do an MS from abroad, even if you return back to India, the value is more. And even if you get a job outside, you anyways being anyways you're getting paid hefty. So anyways, it's a win-win situation if you do outside. But you have to stay focused, I would say. Um, would you prefer going for MS after gaining some job experience or directly joining after undergrad course? So it's about your own perspective. So for me, it was like I wanted to finish my studying in one go. I didn't want to give a big gap in between 2 years or 3 years and start again studying at an age of 27, 28 or something, 25, 26, 27 or something like that. So that was my aim. So that depends on you. So it doesn't make much difference. But if you have a job experience and everything, so it ease down your like job finding stuff and gets you more boost. So that also gains you more chance of getting jobs as well. Okay, how about the accommodation? Yeah, so accommodations. So I'm living in a privately owned student accommodations. So those are like weekly contracts. I mean, it's a yearly contract, but we are paying like according to the weekly. So it's like for me, it's £100 a week. There are accommodations which charge £120, £150, £140. It depends on the luxury of the apartment. And there are ensuite apartments and non-ensuite. And also people, if you want to stay in a cheaper place, people take homes outside and share with people, 4 or 5 people. That's also an option that like reduces the price a bit. But I would say all the bills are included here, and for me, it's kind of a comfortable thing right now. So there are plenty of options available, and I would say YouTube has lots of videos about the place you any place, any university you go, you'll find videos about the accommodations there and the charges there, all these things. അതൊക്കെ അവിടെ കാണും. So YouTube, I would say YouTube ഒരു ഗുരുവാണ്. You can say that. Um, is it hard being in a foreign country? You ever been subjected to racism or got treated like you shouldn't be, but you did because where you come from? Yeah. So England, of course, UK is known for racism, of course. So, but I haven't felt much being in Scotland. I haven't felt much about being like racist people or being a part of like having racism here and there. But yeah, here and there you will feel that kind of a racism is going on here and there. But when it comes to university and jobs and stuff, so equal opportunities goes around and there isn't much. But yes, racism is there in white countries. I would say they always consider themselves first and then us. So, but you should keep working. That's what we can do. If you have the skills and stuff, you get the job, do your work, earn your money. I would say. What all jobs can we do part time? In part time, there are plenty of jobs. So I have worked as replenishment assistant and some hospitality jobs, steward jobs. So plenty of jobs are available. I would say don't go with the news that part-time jobs are not available. There are. So usually the most common ones are waitressing jobs, which people do. Then there are stocking and there are warehouse jobs. Um, there are many other jobs. Like I don't know. Then there are university jobs as well, which university gives. You can take that. There, those are pretty good and pretty well paid as well. So okay, how much you have to spend for a month for all expenses after the savings from part-time jobs? I think I have answered that question, but yeah, around maybe 600 pounds. I spend around 600 pounds maybe a month, including my accommodation charges and everything. So that's my expenses. Maybe I'll say it depends upon people. Some people go outside പുറത്തുനിന്ന് ഫുഡ് കഴിക്കുള്ളൂ വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് കുക്ക് ചെയ്യില്ല അങ്ങനെ വരുന്ന ആൾക്കാർക്ക് it would be around 700, 800, and staying in a like luxurious house and all those things comes with a price. So if you I don't work 20 hours a week because my course requires me to be studying and taking all those things for a month's time. So ഞാൻ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് is like randomly. I don't have a contracted job. I work randomly whenever I want. I go and work, earn some money, and spend that much. So I don't have much savings, but I've seen people having much savings and only spend a little bit amount from the money they need to, from home. And so how to manage the study and part-time jobs time? Yeah. So I would say usually if you are allowed 20 hours a week, so usually shifts are usually if you say in a restaurant or something, the shifts are usually around 5 hours a day or 6 hours a day. So if you calculate that, you'll see around 3 days or 4 days to go. So usually people go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something like that, or they work more time on Saturday and Sundays. And if you see, you'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then just the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you in which you are working only 5 hours or 6 hours. So you'll have plenty of time left for your other stuff as well. So people do that. That must be tough, bro. Okay, yeah, that is. Does university fees include everything, or do we have to pay for books and other university expenses separately, or how do we find part-time jobs? Yeah. So two questions here. So does university fees include everything? Yes, it includes everything which the university gives, the course, taking the courses, the facilities in universities and everything. Library is included. So for books, you can use the library, or usually we are using online courses, the online contents only. So library പോകേണ്ട ആവശ്യം വരാറില്ല. And we don't buy books here. I haven't seen people buying books much here. Library available on it. You can go and study there. There's plenty of available space for studying, and library has plenty of space to do that as well. So you can use that for books and other expenses. University doesn't add on that, like gym and sports and everything. You'll have to pay extra for that. That is around like 100 pounds, 130 pounds for in a year. So how do we find part-time? Sorry, how do we find part-time jobs? There are two options. Usually people make CV and go to shops and give the CV and ask the manager, like, if you have any part-time jobs available, do call me. And they do call, do an interview, give them part-time jobs. That is either that, or you can use websites like Indeed Flex, Indeed, Read, or any other agencies are there which provide part-time jobs. So you can use them to find the part-time jobs. It's kind of pretty easy if you're ready to work in any field. You'll find part-time jobs easily. It's not an issue at all, I would say. And completely unrelated, but probabilistically speaking, what are the chances of? I would say I'd skip that question right now, Vishnu. But you can talk about that later. How is Scotland? Yes, Scotland is really nice. The weather is not that great, I'd say. It's cold always. You can see, maybe I'll say, um, we see all the seasons in a day. It would be sunny in the morning. It would be windy, maybe in the afternoon. It would be snowing in the evening, and again back to being cold in the night. And it would say it is 17 degrees Celsius or 20 degrees. I haven't seen the temperature going above 20, and right now also it's sunny, but it's cold outside. You can't go out without a jacket. But yeah, it's kind of cold place. It's always raining, I would say. It always rains, but it's good to live in Scotland. It's beautiful. But in England, it's kind of different. Um, do we have to be really good at English or just okay? Not really good, but you'll get used to it. So I'd say after coming here, you'll get used to talking in English. So you'll slowly start increasing. So I would say having a good English proficiency is good. It's good for you. Working and other things, it's good for you. But I wouldn't say I've seen people come here അവിടെ ഇങ്ങനെ അധികം നല്ലോണം ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പറയാൻ അറിയാത്ത ആൾക്കാരും I have seen them coming here. So it's good. So that's why see ഞാനിപ്പം മലയാളം സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോഴും I'm getting English in between because that's what I've been using here with my flatmates and everything. So that's the issue going. So but that's fine. Um, okay. So yeah. What are the next question? Uh, okay, one more question, let's say. So somebody has asked me, how do you create an algorithm for a specific data sets? But so I would say this is unrelated to the thing which we are taking, but if you really need to know, we can talk about it outside this. Is there any scholarship available for students? Yes, there are plenty of scholarships which are available. So if you see any university, they will be providing scholarships. So some universities ask you to fill forms, yes, fill forms or write essays or make videos for this thing. But other universities just consider you directly when you apply, and if you get it, they'll inform you. But usually it's like, yeah, there are plenty of scholarships available. But for us, I'll say University of Glasgow Data Science and the popular courses which are having good job opportunities, some of the universities, they don't give out scholarships that easily because അവരുടെ മെന്റാലിറ്റിയിൽ there are plenty of jobs available and you have more chances of getting a job here than other courses which do not have job opportunities. So they give scholarships to them and not us. So I would say it's kind of unfair or fair. I don't know. It depends. And there are some scholarships which you need to apply. See, getting a common scholarship like Commonwealth scholarship or Saltas scholarships or any other bursaries or any scholarships which are available, it's pretty hard to get. But I would say do apply for any scholarships which you see and so that's why I said when you start doing your work from third year, keep note of the scholarships and the deadlines which are going to come for the next year, and you have to apply for that. There are plenty of scholarships which even Indian government provides, the English government or the government wherever you are applying to apply gives, and the universities as well. There are many. Um, in Germany, it's better to study the course in German or in English. So the thing which differs in Germany, I would say, is Germany has courses in English, so it's always good for us to learn in English because that's what we know better. So, but more courses are available in German. So if you want to get more chance of getting into university in Germany, it's better to learn German. So that's there in Germany. Is additional projects or presentations considered during the selection process? Yes, it is considered. So that's how it works. So if when you apply and the admission board sees your application, they consider everything. They see the CV and see how what all you have done. Do you go parallel with the course which you are applied to? Do you have any experience in that? Do you have any additional experiences, co-curricular activities, all these things? Those all have their own weightage there. So you have to apply, do that. That's better. If you have any dream of going abroad, it's better to have all these things. Yes. Any other questions? You can even turn on the mic. I don't mind even if you ask. If you ask in this one, it's also fine. Yes. So is anybody from fourth year here? Is there any way we can maybe contact you outside of this? I promise I won't bother. Vishnu, if it is about getting laid here, I would bother. Of course, I would mind. But otherwise, if it's any other question, yes, of course, you can find me on LinkedIn. Of course, I'll be there. Yes, of course, you can contact me over LinkedIn, or maybe if you contact me over LinkedIn, you can get. I'll give you my WhatsApp number or something. You can talk if you need anything to know. First, I'm a first year student. Should I be really serious about foreign universities now? I would say find your passion right now. First, it's your first year. Think about it after second year. Like, do you still really need to do your masters? I would say it's like if you don't want to study, പഠിക്കാൻ താല്പര്യം like ഇതിന് ശേഷം പഠിത്തം കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ താല്പര്യമില്ലെങ്കിൽ I would say I wouldn't like say പോയി masters ചെയ്തോന്ന്, but you shouldn't be like bothered about that right now. It all comes after second year, so you still have 2 years to find out if you do need to do that. Can you name some good universities in Germany? Just give me a second. I had the list of that. Mm, uh, so in Germany, so there is like Technical University of Munich, the there are Berlin University. I'm not sure about all the universities in Germany, but University of Hamburg is good, I've heard, and University of Freiburg, I think and Hamburg. Like I'm not sure about how it's spelled, but Berlin, there is Munich, there are Hamburg. All these universities are pretty good, and engineering courses are really good in this place. I'd say Germany is good for engineering courses, mechanical engineering, all this. But I would say you will get that list of universities when you go to. I would say I will just show you the website QS World University Rankings. So share the screen. So this is actually the QS World University Rankings website. So this is what I use. ഞാൻ ഇതിനകത്താണ് universities മൊത്തം നോക്കുന്നത്. So if you see the university rankings of 2022, you would see the universities being ranked up from 1 to 100. So see it's MIT, Oxford, Stanford, Cambridge, Harvard, California Institute of Technology. So it will go like that. But the countries, if you see region, if you see, you can select region or location. You can say maybe. So if I'm going United Kingdom, so it would be United Kingdom. So it will be ranking from the United Kingdom. So there is Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial, UCL, Edinburgh, King's College London, London School of Economics, Warwick, Bristol, then Glasgow, Southampton. So Glasgow is having 73rd rank all over the world. So it's pretty good if you apply for Glasgow. It's good, but depends on how the things goes up with Corona. So if you have online classes or something. So idhe madri, if you go for Germany, you will see. Mm, so there is this POM, then Heidelberg, Munich, Freddie, Berlin, Humboldt University. So um, just don't go with these rankings, but I would say go to that university and see if the courses are good. I would say always go with that. Okay. Any other? Okay. So any other questions? I would just stop sharing this. Is there more scope only for MS in computer science abroad, or do you other branches also have a good scope? Donna, I'm not sure about the question which you asked. Is it you're saying like is it only MS in computing science which is good, or other branches like electrical and everything? If you do MS outside, is it good or not? Is it that question? Yes. So yeah, it's available for everything. So ഞാൻ പറയും basically if you take my advice, I would say see the country. Each country has its own booms. Which countries to have good options in which countries to have good options in which one. So if you say electrical and stuff, so there are countries which are better than UK, I would say, and there are some things which are better in UK than others. So you have to do your research. I would say you have to do your research, and if you still have any doubts or something, you can do contact me outside. I don't mind giving my numbers to anybody, so you can call me whenever I'm free. I can talk and have a chat. I would love to help you guys out. So yeah, so yes, there are. opportunities for other branches as well. Yes, there are good scopes. Uh, don't you feel scared going to a place where there's nobody you know? So it's about the decision which you have made. It's not that scary when you are there. അതിന് പോകുന്നതിന് മുമ്പേ വരെ, to be honest, ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വരുന്നതിന്റെ ഒരു 1 or 2 weeks മുമ്പേ വരെ I was getting scared. അതിന് മുമ്പേ I was excited. I was excited to come here, to find new place, see new place, live with new people and all these things. But വരുന്നതിന് 1-2 ആഴ്ച മുമ്പേ വരെ you have that gut feeling like will everything fuck up or something like that. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു issue വരും എന്നുള്ളത്. But when the day came and we came here, it's more about excitement than any other. You want to explore more things and getting new opportunities and stuff. You forget everything else and do that. It's pretty good. Good doing outside, like going outside and doing things. How do you get jobs after MS? I have heard some people don't get job after MS. So that thing is true. Actually, that was in UK. It was an issue because there was no stay back earlier. So it was like course you'll get 6 months or 4 months depending on the university. So if you have say 4 months, so course is September theorem, you'll have time till January. Your visa and student visa ends in January even now. So you have time till then to find a job, and it's pretty hard to find a job sometimes in 4 months. And most of the many companies don't want to sponsor you visa directly to give you a job visa. So those kind of issues were there. But if you have 2 years of post-study work visa as well, so that you can stay 2 years here without do anything like part-time job or anything which you want, apply for any other job. You have more time to find a job. So it's more smooth, I would say, to find a job here. So, and even companies do not have to sponsor you for 2 years to work here. So you have more chances, I say now. So companies, that this is the main difference when you go to any country which gives you a stay back, like Canada. So you have seen people go to Canada and not come back without a job, right? So that's what they have. They give you post-study work visa for 2 to 3 years. So you still have time to stay there, figure out where to work and all these things. Um, is there any other courses other than masters we can do in Germany after engineering? Um, I would say other than doing MS, there are some other courses as well, like PG diploma is there, option is there, which is a simpler course. But yeah, it has lesser value. There is PG diploma to do after this one rather than doing MS. Uh, is the ability to study IQ, CGPA only a factor in the selection process? Do you think stuff like how do we present ourselves or conviction, ideologies also matter? Who we are as a person matters more than anything, right? No, I'm sorry, but the selection process, this doesn't matter much. It all depends on how you present yourself in your SOP and all these things. And if you are fortunate enough to get an interview from a university, usually IPOCA universities, they don't give you interviews, they just directly give you a rejection or acceptance. So if you have a interview, yes, you can present yourself as you want and the person you are. And yes, as I said, academics are there. You have to show them that what you are going to bring to that country, like the cultural things, or if you have played any sports or anything co-curricular things which you'll have to do, you should mention that. That also has an like weightage, not like in India, which in where it doesn't matter. So yes. How long is the course? In UK, every master's is 1 year course. So mine is a 1 year course, and after that I'll have 2 years of stay back. So yeah. Which place is good for EC students? EC, so it depends on which masters you say. It won't, if you take electrical engineering, electrical and electronics and communication, then I would say Germany is a good option. And if you want to stay safe, then you have Canada, of course, and UK is also a good option. It has options, plenty of options for EC students. And if you see, there are courses like robotics and all these things, but then computing comes in between all as well. So I have one of my friends who is studying in University of Glasgow doing robotics and AI. So she was, I think, EC graduate, my junior. So she's also there. So, but I would say always do your research, because my research, what I did was mostly for computing science and stuff. So if you ask me questions about that, I can give you a clear picture, but others also I can give you an idea, but not as much as the ones which you do by yourself. What is the duration of masters in Canada? It is 2 years. Then I think you have 2 to 3 years of stay back as well after that. Mm.
Thank you, sir. Again, any questions? Okay, well, that's a wrap for today. Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking the time and sharing the knowledge with us. Uh, I also thank all our attendees. Hope there is a question here. Uh, for mechanical engineering students doing masters in Germany is best. Is that right?
It's I would say it's dependable. I mean, there are mechanical engineering students usually. It depends on the masters which are taking, as told you, right? So if you go into robotics side, there are plenty of options available in UK as well. But yes, for engineering courses, Germany is a good option. Yes, Germany is a good option. During the admission process,
Right.
if you plan in third year, they will ask us for 4 year CGPA, right? No, yeah. So ഞാൻ വിട്ടുപോയ ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്. So when you apply, you need to only give the results till what you have received. And usually what they give is that they give you a conditional offer depending upon the results which you have given till now. And they, in the conditional offer, they will mention that you need to have GPA of this much when you pass out of the university, and you should have this much of IELTS score. Then only this offer stands still, and they'll give you a deadline for that also. So that's how it works. Anything else? Any other questions? Or then we can wrap up maybe.
Any more questions? Okay. Well, thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank once again, thank you all, and we will be coming up soon with such amazing section.
Thank you.
Okay. We have provided the feedback form. Please, everyone, please try to fill that. Thank you.
Thank you all. Take care. Bye.